Okay, hello everybody. This is going to be totally new for me. Um, so I wrote this blog post, right? I had just started trading last week, or this past week really, with a new broker. I had just funded my account, so I wanted to share a little bit about my experience, um, and what I've learned so far. So I know when it comes to trading, you can trade commodities, you can trade crypto, and you can trade currencies, right? Currencies, commodity, and crypto. Yeah. So one that I don't really even think about is commodities. So I don't deal with oil, copper, beans, corn, none of that. I do not know how to trade that. I don't know anything about that. Um, when it comes to crypto, I have some crypto, so I have some Dogecoin. I bought a teeny tiny bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I have not traded them. So I just buy and I just hold on to them. Something else I've done with crypto is I have purchased Bitcoin to fund my trading account, which is really cool. I used Cash App to do it. It was very easy, and now the little leftover I have is growing a little bit. So it's like I used my money to buy Bitcoin, but now that Bitcoin is going up in value, so my money is just kind of growing a few dollars every day. Um, and then, so currency is what I focus on. And when I trade currency, usually the one I focus on the most, or the one I trade the most, is the euro and the USD. So this just means I'm buying the euro and I'm selling the USD. Um, That's like the most popular one, I think, for me. That's one of the major ones, too, the major currency pair. So this past week was NFP week, which stands for non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll is something that I had no idea. I didn't even know this was a thing. I just learned this on my one of my trades because I was trading with somebody who was like a millionaire who trades all the time. And so I learned that non-farm payroll is the first Friday of every month, but it's like the whole week. And during this time, traders can make either really big profits or they can have huge losses because the market is so unpredictable. Or not unpredictable. What's the word they use? I can't think of the word, but the market is just kind of a little crazy right now because basically in non-farm payroll week or the day Friday, which is today, the government puts out this information that has a lot to do with the number of jobs, unemployment, that sort of thing, and it basically you know, gives you an idea of how the economy is looking. Because if the unemployment rate has gone up, it means the value of the dollar has gone down. Um, because they are, giving out stimulus checks, they're just printing money, they're trying to stimulate the economy, they're trying to get people to buy things and whatever. Um, so Yeah, so the government basically releases the number of jobs that have been added in the U.S. economy that don't include government, farm, nonprofit, and private household employees. And this information is used to help prepare and predict for the time after that it's released. So traders use this time to kind of study the charts, and it can help them later on see how the market's going to go. Um, Me not knowing a lot about NFP week, I went into trading this week, and because I am I'm like so new to trading, I don't want to lose a lot because I'm still unsure. That I don't risk a lot, so I do like tiny trades, like $5 trades. Um, so I didn't make any huge gains, but I also didn't lose a lot. I had kind of a good trading week. I traded a couple of days this week, and it was pretty good. So good. In fact, that one night it was like super rainy, and I didn't want to go to DoorDash, so instead I kind of sat down and traded, and I made some money that, I didn't really have to do much for. It was raining and it's cold and miserable out, but I was inside with my PJs, had a hot chocolate, placed a few trades, they all cleared, and it was a lot better than doing DoorDash. So that was good. Yeah, so basically traders really like this because it tells you about the unemployment rate, and right now I think the unemployment rate has gone up a little bit. I mean, I for one am unemployed now. I guess if you count DoorDash, though, I'm employed. So I guess that's the thing. But yeah, high unemployment means low interest rates, and this reduces the demand for the dollar. So here I put a little chart from the dailyfx.com, and I think this is the most recent chart I could find. Yeah, 2021, April, for sure, September, October, November, December, January. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how this works, but I tried to find the most recent one, and this is the chart that I came up with. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how to read this chart. I was trying to look up more information on it, but I had a hard time. So if you can read this chart, like, let me know. I think this is the amount of that the unemployment increased. Yeah, but it's a pretty vague chart, so I'm not entirely sure. This was a quote from that website. It reflects the surveyed net change in U.S. employment, excluding farm workers, nonprofit organization, and private household employees. So, yeah, this is the net change in U.S. employment. I'm guessing. You see, I don't know if this is like going up or down. Does this mean employment increased? It like went down over here. It was going up and then increased, or is this like unemployment going up? I'm not really sure, and I'm really sorry about that. But I wanted to post this chart so that maybe someone else can explain it to me. Because I'm totally new to this. I just learned what NFP meant. So I did a little research. I listened to what my mentor was telling me, and then I wrote a little summary about what I gathered, Alright, anyway, moving on. So that's very good information because it kind of helps us know a little bit more about the market and the economy overall. So another very important thing that I'm kind of figuring out is the different times, the different markets and sessions that you can trade. So you have the Sydney market, the Tokyo market, London, and New York. Now, some of these are like at the same time. So like the London and the New York, they overlap. Sydney and Tokyo are pretty much like the same. They overlap for a long period of time. So the times that I usually trade are during the London and the New York. So it's either late at night. I think I trade at like 8 p.m., 9, sometimes even 11. So that would be like the London time. And then sometimes I'll trade in the morning. So New York time. But you want to, check with your broker. You want to check in, the market itself. It kind of depends on what you're trading. So like for the London market, I would probably focus more on like the euro. And then for New York, I would focus more on like the USD. So that type of thing. But of course, again, they overlap, so sometimes that doesn't matter, I guess. And then I kind of talk about the broker. So the broker acts as a middleman, and every broker is a little bit different. So you want to make sure that you get a broker that's right for you. I have tried Pocket Option, and the reason I tried Pocket Option was because I didn't need a lot to start. So when I first had a pocket option, or when I first signed up, I just played around with the demo account, and then I put in $100 and they gave me 50. So that I got $50 for free basically. But this was last month when I really had no idea how to trade and I wasn't disciplined and I kind of lost all that money. Hi. Um, and one of the reasons why I lost a lot of that money is because, well, a few things. I was kind of gambling, which is a no-no. If you want to gamble, go to Las Vegas. Don't trade. Um, and rollover. So pocket option does not have an option to rollover, which basically means that if you place a trade and it needs more time to clear, or it's not going the way you want and you think, it will in a few more minutes or something, but it's going to expire, you can roll it over and give it more time. So pocket option didn't have that option. So now I use VidForex. And so this required a higher amount of money to, set up your account, but it has the rollover, which for me has been very helpful. But one thing about the rollover is that I'm not entirely sure how to use it. Apparently that if you keep clicking it, it increases the money that you're risking, which means it increases the money that you can lose. Yeah, so I gotta be a little careful with that. But yeah, so different. Oh, also this one, the one I just started, the VidForex, or Ride, you can use a credit card. But for some reason, when I tried to put in my credit card information, it wasn't working, so I ended up using Bitcoin, and it was a whole thing. But I finally got my account funded, so that was good. But yeah, some things you want to look for when you're signing up with a new broker is their policy on margin, what crypto and currency pairs are available and what aren't, what are the regulations on holding trades over the weekends and holidays, see if they have low spreads, a solid customer support system. It's always a good idea to check their reviews and see what other people are using. And leverage. See what their available leverage is, because leverage can be very, very helpful. So this is something that I'm still learning, and I don't really use it too much because, again, I take tiny trades right now, and hopefully they will increase. I think right now I'm trying to do like 3% of my account, whatever my account is. So I do increase it as I clear trades, but I don't want to risk losing too much because I'm still very new, so I just kind of play on the safe side. But basically, this leverage is just borrowing in order to hopefully boost your return, although this is like a double-edged sword, so it could go either way. But basically, if your leverage is 2.1, or like the ratio 2 to 1, and you invest $1,000, that'll give you like 2,000. So basically, your money value of 1% profit is 20 bucks. So your rate of return is 2%. If your leverage is 10 to 1, then it's 1,000 to 10,000. And then 50,000 to 50,000. 100. Do you see? So it just like increases your return on investment. It increases your money value, your purchase power. This can be a really good thing if you know what you're doing. So for someone like me, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer to increase my leverage, but for now I'm gonna play it safe. This is just good to know that you have this option. So hopefully, I know this was a short video, but hopefully you got some value. I'm not really used to doing videos like this because this was for a blog, not a video. But for some reason Leo won't let me post pictures, so I'm trying this. And yeah, let me know what you think. Also, happy Easter, happy Friday, happy weekend, and happy trading.